am going to show you how to do all the parts in the Dress to Impress Christmas quest with tips and guides to make sure that it is super easy and super smooth for you. Before we start, don't forget to subscribe with notifications on. Let's go! To server, there should be winter quests over here so you can join your friends, but I have no friends right now, boo-boo. So we're gonna go into this map. So everyone's in here, and there is this little envelope that pops up. You kind of just ignore it, but it's very long, so let's just let it right out. For the first part, before any quest, you'll need to find Santa's workshop, which is very easy. Just walk down the closest path and turn right. So, the first quest is to sort the gifts. Basically, there are 4 different toys, and you need to sort them into gift boxes before they reach the end of the conveyor belt. This is quite tricky because some boxes have multiple toys that need to put in, but others only have 1. So you kind of have to keep track and remember on which gift boxes are half completed and which ones are close to being done or just don't have anything done at all. I would say that having a good team of 4 players and allocating each person a certain toy to focus on can be a good strategy to avoid mixing up and people grabbing the same toy for the same box, which wastes valuable time. However, the more people you have, the more gifts you'll have to complete and put in. So do be wise when you choose your team. This is definitely also doable on your own and probably even easier because you'll only have to fill 7 gifts, which is super fast. Make sure you get as many presents done near the start of the game because the conveyor belt speeds up towards the end and it actually gets harder. If you are playing on your own, just focus on one half of the map so you aren't flustered and are able to get as many presents done as possible. You also save time having to run left and right, so that is very important to remember. And also make sure you know the order of the boxes so you know which one to go to. It is Train, T-Rex, Doll, and Tricycle. Overall, I personally find that this round is easier with less people, and if you know what to focus on the boxes with less toys rather than more toys, then you'll be perfectly fine. After the gift part, you will have to do an obby. It's kind of like Tower of Hell but flat, so if you get failed or into the ice, you'll get sent back all the way to the beginning, which sucks. On top of that, you'll have to complete a mini game to be revived within a certain time limit, or else you'll be sent back to town and have to repeat the whole thing again, including the gift conveyor belt tasks that you worked so hard to just complete. If you're on your own, there is absolutely no pressure. You can do it as many times as you want, but if you are with others, you'll definitely want to follow these tips so you're not left behind. Luckily, it's not too hard and is good practice for the conveyor belt if you fall in. Alright, so the first part of the obby is just jumping from candy to candy. It is simple, but do be careful because the game is quite sensitive and may sense that you touched ice even if it doesn't seem like you did. The second part are gumdrops that bounce you in the air. I suggest taking 2 bounces on each gumdrop because it's hard to cover the full distance in just 1 bounce. Use the first jump just to land on the next gumdrop and use the second jump to get to the nearest edge so you don't fall in on the next fly. After that, there is this fidget spinner thing there, so as long as you don't get hit by the spinner, you'll be fine. I prefer going the left route because it is safer and shorter. You could jump 2 jumps at a time. That would work before having to wait for the spinner to go under you and jump over that. But just to be safe, I did 1 jump and a pause. And also, when you're jumping over the spinner, try to move forward rather than staying on the spot just to make sure you don't get knocked off. The next section is very simple. You just have to time so that you don't walk into the mallet and get knocked off. It really isn't too tricky. And then finally, we get to this end of the obby where there is a gigantic peppermint mountain to get up of. So you can do it the hard way, jump on the peppermints, look for gaps, and try to get up Or you can go all the way to the left and just jump up, and you don't even have to step on peppermint. So that is how you complete it, and you will get the badge for this chapter. So, for the reindeer race, chapter 2, you just want to be one of the first few people to make it to the end and not get left behind. So you just use arrow keys to move left or right. It is pretty easy. And, okay, as much as they seem like harmless fun items, avoid snowmen and gift boxes as they stun you, make you stop on the spot, and slow you down. So you can see how far ahead you are in the race at this bar at the top. To increase your speed, you want to go through reps and pick up as many of these as you can because they don't stack and increase your speed over time. Instead, they kind of wear out eventually. There are a total of 8 lanes. Yep, I counted. It's quite wide, so there can be a lot to switch through. So my advice is to stick to one half of the map again. 4 lanes, prioritize your reds, then clear lanes, and always try to look ahead of you so you can prepare yourself for the next obstacle and not panicking to go from one side to the other. Try not to move too far left or too far right because it will limit your options of movement. When you get to the end, there will be a cutscene, then you'll have to choose a path. This is the same for everyone. The right path will take you to progress in the story. Now, I'm gonna rewind a little bit and tell you the secret because this is where it happened. This video. The second one is just failure and you get sent back here. What you want to take is the one on the very left and just ride it. So now that we're here, we're in this secret room that has nothing to do with anything at all, but we have a fountain over here and you have to put in the code. The code you put in is PALIN Jean Sia. And you successfully unlocked this secret badge and a secret realm. So we're gonna go back into town. So now that we're back in the station, all we have to do is go in and turn right, just hug the wall, and somewhere along here there is a secret place, so this question mark under the fence. Click that and we get sent into a special Greek temple realm. And we got a cool cutscene. And now we have access to this absolutely awesome, gorgeous realm. And we're back! So, the final part, Chapter 3. Before you can play the Santa game though, you need to complete this door unlocking mechanism where you just click where the clicker is green. Not too hard, just like Section 1's fail mechanism in the Obby. The Santa game is divided into 2 parts. For both parts, you want to aim to pick up and throw the presents dropped on the floor before the timer goes off, or else it blows up and you lose your health. You have 3 hearts, which is around 6 lives, and if you lose them all, you'll have to start all over again from like a town, so you'll have to watch through every single super long cutscene. So, for the first section, Santa has a couple of attacks. He can launch icicles, which fall like red dots. Simply avoid these and try to find little crevices between them to stand in when the icicles hit the floor. The other one is a Christmas tree, which will be aimed at your current last at location. So make sure you just keep moving. Honestly, as long as you just don't stand still, you will likely be fine in this round. Santa can also spawn tornadoes, which can hinder your movement, so be careful of that. The most dangerous attack of Santa is when he jumps on the ice and sends out these wide circles that spread. If they touch you, you will lose half a heart per second you stand on, not just each time you touch it. They're also really hard to outrun, so the best solution is just to stand on the side blocks of ice because it won't affect you there. However, do be careful because if this is used when icicles fall down, the icicles can still harm you, especially because you won't be able to see where they fall, so definitely be careful. Overall, prioritize staying alive rather than getting presents that are on the other side of the map because there is no time limit to beat Santa. Presents also have a time before they explode. If you stand too close, boom, you'll take damage. So after the first part, when you get all of Santa's health bar down, he breaks the ice and you fall through and he adds full health again. So there's round 2. In this round, the aim is as simple as just trying to stay away from all dark spots and all the black stuff that Santa shoots. So Santa again has a ripple effect. However, this time it is safe to stand in the area of the circle. You just don't want to touch the black circumference, so all you have to do is jump over them. There are also areas of the map that will be blocked off at certain times, so just stay away. There is a buffer time to move out of the section or to quickly collect a gift and run away, but don't move too close to where Santa hovers, because at any time he may jump down and chase you around. When Santa chases you, jump while you run and avoid turning corners, especially angled in his direction, as it makes the distance to you shorter to get to. Just keep repeating until his health is down and you're done. You'll get a badge and a super long cutscene. And that is how to do every single chapter. I hope this was helpful. Subscribe and follow my socials at ToriWho. Here's another video for you. Bye!